On Haps Studio. How's everybody doing tonight? This is Brock in Vegas, and we are live on the Vegas Bitcoin Group channel. We are live on Facebook, and on YouTube and on Haps. So make sure you subscribe so you can see our upcoming videos. We have a really awesome night planned tonight. We're going to go over what a Bitcoin full node is and what a Bitcoin wallet is. And I'm going to be doing a demo. So we're going to wait just a minute and let's see if some people join. Be sure to subscribe so you see the upcoming broadcasts. And like I said, my name is Brock and I'm living in Vegas. And before we get started, I want to give a disclaimer that anything you see on my channel should not be taken as financial advice. Make sure you do your own research into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin before you invest any real money, and be sure to talk to your financial advisor. You should only invest in by how much you're willing to lose, just in case the value drops. And it's a disclaimer that I put out to all my users. Everything that I talk about should be taken as educational and should not be taken as financial advice. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover, and I don't want to make this too long because I want to get all the content out there. I want to get the content out there and not necessarily take an hour-long video, but we got a lot to go over, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to present my screen. Let me move a couple things around. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull up a couple things. So I am presenting, and I wanted to see if I could share my screen and put my, let me see. Oh, there we go. Let me see. Yeah, it's just kind of small. Oh, there we go. All right, so on the left, you can see the Bitcoin Core website, and then I am on the right side of your screen. So hopefully you can see that. So we're going to be talking about a Bitcoin full node. So I already have it downloaded, but for anyone that's interested, I actually have some notes. So hopefully you can see this. we're going to be talking about a full node and a wallet in this live stream. And this is the Vegas Bitcoin channel. And a full node is software that you run on your computer. So the first thing I want to talk about is, where do you download it at? So on the screen is the website, and I actually pulled up the website. So you have an orange bar at the top, and then over here, there is an orange button that says Download Bitcoin Core. So if you get out to this website and you see the orange button, you're in the right place. When you click on that, it'll take you to some options for what type of operating system you have on your computer. So it's not really too difficult. You just click a couple buttons and it downloads, and then you install it on your computer. So it's not too bad. It's just like downloading other software on your computer. So since I have it on my computer, I'm going to be demonstrating it. Before I do that, I wanted to explain a couple things. First of all, you're going to need a lot of space if you're going to do this. So I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that I can fit the full Bitcoin blockchain on my computer. The location is, if you go to your run command, let me pull this over. So if you're on a Windows machine, if you right click on the start menu, I don't even know if you can see that. No, you can't see that, but you can right click and it says run, and this is a run command line. So it'll pull it up, and then you will put what is up on the screen right here, %appdata/Bitcoin. That is a shortcut that will take you to the folder of where Bitcoin installs to. It actually installs in a couple different places, but that is where the blockchain data is stored if you want to look at it. So what you should know is, when you get to that folder, there's 4 folders: blocks, chain state, database, and wallet. And I went and looked at the size of mine, and the biggest one is the blocks. So mine is 380 gigabytes in size. So you should probably estimate that you're going to need about 500 gigabytes of space on your C drive to store the entire Bitcoin blockchain, which is over 11 years of data. So that is one of the concerns, is the amount of size that it takes to store the full blockchain. And then the other thing is, you're going to need a somewhat fast computer in order to connect to other peers. And I'm going to show you how we do that shortly. So we are going to start the full node in about a minute. And when we start the full node, the first thing you're going to see is it's going to verify all the blockchain data. So it verifies past data and then loads missing data. And then the update completes. So it's going to go through the full blockchain update. And right now it has all the data from the Bitcoin blockchain up until the last time I ran the node, which I think was a week ago. So the first thing it does is it looks at all the data that's on my computer and it verifies that it's still correct, which it will be. The next thing it does is it loads the missing data. So anything from a week ago until now that the Bitcoin blockchain has been getting the data, my computer doesn't have that. So you're going to see where it says, 500 blocks remaining. That's the data I don't have that it's going to be downloading. And then once that has gone through all of that, the update will be complete. And then we'll go through some of the other stuff. So I'm going to talk through some of it, but some of it might go kind of fast because it's going to be doing a lot of different things. And I wanted to talk about each one first. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. It's right here. So I'm going to talk through as it's starting. So this is the splash screen. It has the version number. And down at the bottom, it says verifying blocks 1%, 16%, 50%. So it went through that initial screen. And now it's to the screen where it has the number of blocks left. So there are 522 blocks remaining. So the last block was Sunday, April 25th, which was 3 days ago. And that was the last time I ran this. So it says 18 minutes left until it's fully updated, but that's going to speed up really fast and it'll probably be done in less than 3 or 4 minutes. I know it's kind of hard to see, and unfortunately, I can't make this any bigger, so I apologize. I can make the window bigger, but that isn't going to help read the text that's on the screen, but it is updating. So what I'm going to do is show you the first thing that I normally look at when I run this is the peers. Let me make sure you can see this. So moving stuff off screen. So there is a node window that you can pull up, and I think it's really awesome. I'm going to make sure it's on the screen. There you go. So what this is all the other peers that I am currently connected to. So if you can't get connected to other peers, you aren't going to be able to update your copy of the blockchain. So I'm receiving data from these other peers right now. And it might be a little bit hard for you to see, but I can try to walk through what's on the screen. So we got 264 blocks remaining, and we have 7 peers right now. So I'm getting data from them, and they're getting data from me, and it's only the Bitcoin blockchain data. So this has about 1 minute left, and then it will be up to date. My computer is struggling a little bit. This is very resource intensive on my computer. Take a quick break here and let it finish updating. Okay, 60 blocks left. Might be a little hard to see that. 40 blocks left. 30, 20, 10, and it's updated. Okay, so we just downloaded a week's worth of, or 3 days worth of blockchain data. I now have that on my computer. So now, once that's done, it'll take you to the main screen of your full node. So this is what it looks like on the main screen once you have it updated. Okay. So this is the overview. It will have what your current balance is, including anything pending that you might be receiving that has not been finalized yet. So my balance is 0 because I have moved everything out of this wallet. For security reasons, I move my Bitcoin around between different wallets, so it's never sitting in one place for too long. And there's a lot of things I do that seem kind of strange, but I do it for security reasons. Over on the right, it has recent transactions. So you will see some Bitcoin has been moving on various dates. So you will see Bitcoin amounts. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is all the Bitcoin I have, or that maybe it's not even my Bitcoin and maybe I was moving it for somebody else, which you don't normally do, but you may have to do that for like friends or family, but I would not suggest it for anyone that you don't know and you don't trust. So the first window that I showed you was the peers, and what you can do is you can click on each of these peers, and over on the right you will see information about their node. Like you can see their IP address. You can see a ping, which is how quickly the connection is with their computer. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay. So you can right click on a peer and you can disconnect them. And that will disconnect them from your computer. And what I do is I disconnect peers for 2 reasons. One, it tells the version that they're running, and I only allow people to connect to me if they're 2 versions back. So the current version is 0.21. And if there's any versions older than 0.20, I right click and I disconnect them. And the reason I do that is to motivate everyone to get the latest update of the software. And some people don't do that for a number of reasons, but if they don't have updated software, they aren't going to connect to me. That's just my own personal preference. The other reason that I would disconnect someone is if their ping is over 300 milliseconds. And the reason I do that is because I don't want any slow connections to my computer. It takes up bandwidth and it could possibly slow down other people as well. There are other nodes out there that slower users can connect to, but I don't want them to connect to my computer. So those are the two reasons why I would disconnect someone. If you right click, you can also ban for 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 year. I have not had to ban anybody, but it's really nice to know that that option's available. So this is the peer window. And you can also put that IP address into Google and find the whois information, which will give more information about the location where they're located, which it's just kind of interesting information. I don't really do too much with that information, but more curiosity than anything. So the first tab is information. So it says there's 10 connections and it has the current block height and when the last block time was, how many transactions, how much memory is being used, and the console window is interesting. You can use certain commands to query the blockchain, like get block I didn't do it right. I would need the block hash, which I don't have. So it'll throw an error if you don't type the right command, it'll show red. I just did get balance and it says 0 because I don't have any Bitcoin in this wallet. So this software is a full node and a wallet. So you're welcome to store your Bitcoin here if you want. Just make sure that you back up whatever wallet you use. The next tab is network traffic. So I usually go to a 5-minute scale, and that will show you how much data is received and sent. And if you click away and go back, it'll still be gathering data. So it's not really too much data once you have your node updated. So that is a majority of the node functions. You can go to help and about, and it will tell you the version, which is important. So I have 0.21, and then it has some other information there. If you go to File, the File menu has a lot of different options, and the one really important one is Backup Wallet. So this will create a .dat file. A lot of the wallets that you'll use, especially hot wallets that are like apps on your phone, they will use seed words. So either 12 or 24 seed words those are going to be your most important thing besides your private key, because that is how you can restore your wallet. If your computer dies or you lose if you lose your phone and all your Bitcoins on your phone, as long as you have your seed words, you can get a new phone and a new wallet and use your seed words to restore your wallet. And I'm going to make another live stream where I talk more about the wallet keys and backing it up, seed words, and all of that. Okay, so that is just about everything with the node. We're going to be talking about the wallet functions, and the first one was backup wallet. And for this software, it will be a file with the file type of .dat, which is a data file. So you will want to store that securely either on external hard drive or on a thumb drive, but it has to be something that only you have control of, and you don't have to worry about losing it, or like if it's on an external hard drive, that it's not going to shut down where you can't recover your files. So next we're going to talk about using this software as a wallet. So with every wallet, like we already talked about, before you put funds on it, you need to back up the wallet. That's the very first thing I usually tell people. Next, you're probably going to buy Bitcoin somewhere and then send it to this wallet. So the first thing I'll talk about is receiving Bitcoin. So there's a button here for receive, and what you will want to do is click on create new receiving address. So this is a QR code, and if you would like to donate to the channel, you are welcome to send Bitcoin to the QR code that's on the screen right now. This is a Bitcoin QR code that anyone can send Bitcoin to. So it's public, so you don't have to worry about, trying to hide this from people. You can actually take a picture with your camera on your phone. You can post it on social media, and there's a chance that people will send Bitcoin to it. So I'm going to do it right now, and I will just say Vegas Bitcoin Group wallet QR code. All right. So that is how you get Bitcoin to your wallet. Next is send. So first of all, you have to have at least the amount of Bitcoin that you want to send plus fees. You have to have that in this wallet in order to use the send function. You cannot send Bitcoin if you don't have any. So what you'll want to do is get a Bitcoin address. So just like in our previous example, it starts with BC1QD3 and it has 30 characters. If you want to send Bitcoin, you will enter BC1 and the full address here. And as you can see, it's red because that's not a valid address. Label is a display label that you can put whatever you want in the label. And then the amount is the amount of Bitcoin. So one thing that people have trouble with is converting US dollars to Bitcoin. So one thing that I use is a site called Prev, which I will put up on the screen. So it's preev.com, Prev. And this is a site that I tell people about because it's very user-friendly. It will show the current price of Bitcoin, and you can change these fields. So if you wanted to send $25 of Bitcoin, $20 of Bitcoin, you would enter $20 in the US dollar side, and on the other side, it will show you the quantity of Bitcoin. You can also do Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, British pound, and euro. So if you want to do 20 euros, that is the quantity of Bitcoin for 20 euros. So I've been using this site for a very long time. It's very helpful. You can also, if you're switching between euros and other national currencies, you can put a quantity of Bitcoin and then switch, and you will see what the difference would be between those currencies as well. So this site is very helpful. You can put the amount, you can take the quantity and copy it. You can go back to your wallet and you can just copy and paste the amount of Bitcoin you want to send. So that quantity is $20, and you can subtract the fee. At the bottom, it has the transaction fee. I usually leave it at the recommended fee. And then you can hit send at the bottom. So as long as you have a valid address, quantity, and the transaction fee, you should be able to send the Bitcoin using this. And the last one, transactions. This will show all your previous transactions. My last one was April 11th, which was 17 days ago. And it should go back to all the transactions with this wallet. Okay, so I just went through a full node. How does it update? How does it run? And also how to use this software as a wallet. I showed you the webpage on how to download it and went over how much size you'll need and some other details around it. So currently, we don't have anyone on Haps TV, which is the platform I'm using in order to interact with my viewers. We are live on the Facebook page and on YouTube, but I am not currently watching them to see what the comments are. So if you want to join my live streams, I am only watching Haps right now. So it would be a little confusing to jump between Haps and YouTube and Facebook and also Instagram, even though I don't have it connected right now. Eventually, I will have it connected to my Instagram as well. So let me look at the notes. Yep, we went over all those notes. So I am going to be wrapping up the live stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and you also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like the Facebook page, and just thanks to everyone for your support. We are starting up the Vegas Bitcoin Group, which is a consulting company that does education for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And we're going to be doing a lot more live streams and short 10-minute videos on YouTube and a few other things. So I'm pretty excited about what's coming up. And I will be catching you guys at the next live. We're going to be doing live streams about once a week. So I will try to get them scheduled as far in advance as I can, so you guys can plan on being on the live stream and asking questions. And I plan on this being an interactive live stream with anyone that has questions about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or anything else in the blockchain space. So with that, I'm going to wrap up, but thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys